Iris Care. Rob and Sharon live showing us how to dig and divide German bearded irises. Do tell.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I had a great aunt once who could describe as a German bearded iris, but good old Aunt Iris. But that's a whole other story.
Don't do that.
Ironically, that's pretty accurate. This is a German bearded iris right here, though.
Right. This is what we've cut down and we've dug to divide and replant.
Okay.
German bearded irises are the ones that have the big, beautiful flowers. The falls, the petals that fall down, have a little fuzzy spot in the center of each one. That's the bearded part of the iris.
Oh, that's the bearded part. I kind of thought it was how this little mess here. But no, okay, so then the bearded part's on top.
And they grow so vigorously. You always have enough to dig, divide, share with everybody, and still put them back into your garden.
Okay.
And they grow so vigorously that you have to do that about once every 3 to 5 years. These have been in the ground for 3 years now, and this clump down here gives you an idea of how crowded they get. And they can't grow any further. And
They're just like literally growing on top of each other.
Yeah, and flowering will definitely diminish, and that's how you know it's time to do it.
Right.
But you can definitely see these two rhizomes above ground. Now, as we tease this apart, tease it very gently, yeah, right.
Okay.
And you really can't hurt them.
No.
And you'll see that they consist of roots, a tuber, and then fans of leaves.
All right, so this is kind of like the main tuber here, and then it all grows kind of off of that.
Right, and so what you want, when you replant it, you're going to put the roots in the ground, but you want to leave this exposed, the rhizome exposed. So as you dig your large clump, and this was an enormous clump of iris here, and as you dig that, and I tell you, it was not easy to get that dug, pull them out, check them carefully, because iris borer bores down through the leaf and into the rhizome, and then the rhizomes get a soft rot bacteria in them.
And you don't want to plant a bug.
No, and it's just going to make it worse. So get rid of all the ones that are damaged and then replant everything else. And you can replant ones that have more than one rhizome on it, or you can plant them individually. And so when we replant, the important part is to keep those roots in the ground.
The roots in the dirt.
And plant them so that they're in groupings, however many you want to plant, and have them facing outward, because that's the direction the rhizome is going to continue to grow.
Oh, okay, so not you go against what you might think and plant them straight up and down.
Right, or you think you're going to plant them facing the other direction. It does make a difference.
But they'll eventually seek out the sun and rise up anyway. So you keep the little tuber part above, you get the roots underneath.
Right, the rhizome.
Kind of like it's having a little nap down there.
They say backs to the sun and roots in the ground.
Perfect.
So,
so
now this would be a very nice little clump, and then next year these will flower next spring, and then the following year this will be a full clump.
So a couple of years from now we'll have to thin it out again.
And then the following year we'll have to thin it again.
All right, well, perfect. Maybe I'll take one of these, put it in my garden. I could use some extra stuff in there.
Lots left over.
All right, perfect. Well, that's a great way to share it too. Become friendly with the neighbors and just kind of hand them off, and then you look good. We'll be back out in the garden in about a half an hour. Let's go back in and check up on news.
All right, thanks, Rob. The brewer is pretty hot right now as they